Good morning, students. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Morning, ma'am.
Okay, very good morning. So, students, in our last class, we discussed about the practical application of heating effect of electric current. So, in our previous class, we discussed about what you mean by heating effect of electric current, and we derived the very famous Joule's law of heating effect. Based on that, we discussed two important practical applications of heating effect of electric current. Okay. So first of all, we can recall about, yes, what about your doubt, Prajjot? Yes, for your second term exam, human eye is there. Human eye and colorful world is there for your term exam. So for your term exam, first term exam that was conducted in November, nearly November, you have only two chapters from physics. One is the light reflection and refraction, and the second chapter, human eye and the colorful world. The chapter electricity and one more chapter is there, that is comes under the second term, comes for second term. Okay, that's all. Is there any other doubt regarding with this? Okay. So we discuss about the practical applications of heating effect of electric current. So what are the two major practical application of heating effect of electric current? Adil Muhammad. All of you please switch on your videos. Those who are not facing any kind of network issues, I request all of you to please switch on your videos. Okay, Adil, what are the two major applications of heating effect of electric current that we are discussed in this chapter?
In electric bulb.
Okay.
And
only in electric bulb?
and in heater.
Did we explain the heating effect of electric current in heater?
Yeah.
No. One more device is there. Melvin?
Yes, ma'am.
Electric bulb and
Electric bulb and coil heater.
is it electric coil heater? No. There are a lot of applications are there, but in this chapter we only need to study the applications of two devices. One is electric bulb. Yes, it is electric fuse. So in this chapter we are discuss about the electric fuse and that of the electric bulb. Then again, Melvin, can you describe the structure of electric bulb? Structure of electric bulb.
Structure means
It consists of
one filament.
One filament. What about the outer covering? How the outer covering of the bulb? It is made up of a glass case. So inside this glass covering you can find a filament. And how this filament is made up of? It is made up of a particular type of metal. What is that?
Aluminum.
Is it aluminium? No.
Tungsten.
Yes, very good. It is tungsten. So the tungsten is the filament that we are used to. Tungsten is the material that we are used to make the filament. And what is the advantages of the tungsten, or why we are using the tungsten as the filament inside this incandescent bulb?
It easily goes catch fire.
It is not catches the fire. It is not catches the fire. Then
It blows with a fire.
it possesses high melting point. Actually, there are two properties or two characteristics are there for the tungsten. That is why we are choosing this tungsten as a filament inside the incandescent bulb. So Vishnupriya, can you explain why we are choosing this tungsten as a filament inside this incandescent bulb?
High melting point, so it won't melt at high temperature.
Okay, it possesses high melting point, that is why it's not melted at high temperature. Okay, then any other characteristics? Prajjot? What are the characteristics or why we are choose this tungsten as a filament inside the incandescent bulb? Yes? Same question to Anne Mary. Why we are chose this tungsten as a filament inside incandescent bulb? It possesses high melting point. Then it also have low resistivity. It possesses high melting point and it possesses low resistivity, and it doesn't catches the fire. As Melvin said, it doesn't catches the fire. That is why we are choosing this tungsten as a filament inside the incandescent bulb. Okay. Then why we are consider this electric bulb as a practical life application of heating effect of electric current? Badra, all of you please switch on your videos. Badra, why we are choosing this electric bulb as a practical life application of heating effect of electric current?
When passes through very high resistance and strain filament of an electric bulb, the filament becomes very hot and it emits light.
Okay.
It is used in electricity and also.
All right. So because here we are describing the electric bulb as a practical life application of heating effect of electric current, because when we are supplying the electric current, we know that what you mean by heating effect of electric current. Can you recall what about the definition for heating effect of electric current? What is the definition for heating effect of electric current? Haynes, Steve. What is the definition for heating effect of electric current? Same question to Adi Dev.
Yes, ma'am.
What do you mean by heating effect of electric current? Yes.
Industry heat energy is called the heat.
Yes, the given electrical energy is completely dissipated in the form of heat energy is known as heating effect of electric current, or the conversion of electrical energy into heat energy is known as heating effect of electric current. The same phenomenon we can observe in the case of electric bulb, that when we are applying the electrical energy to an incandescent bulb or to an electric bulb, that electrical energy is used to heat the filament of the bulb, the filament that is made up of tungsten. So that electrical energy is mainly used to heat the filament of the bulb. If and only if the filament is hot, then only it produces a much amount of the energy, or it is produce a light, much brighter light. So this is why we are consider the electric bulb as a practical life application of the heating effect of electric current. So the supplied electrical energy is mainly used, the most or the major part of the supplied electrical energy is used for heating up of the filament, and very few amount of the electrical energy is converted into light energy. So if and only if the filament becomes hot, it produces much brighter light. And the second practical application of heating effect of electric current is that it is the electric fuse. And what is the use of electric fuse? Hadi? Why we are using this electric fuse in our domestic purposes, or what is the use of this electric fuse? Johan, electric fuse. Who is ready to say the answer? Electric fuse. Aditya M. What do you mean by electric fuse?
It will protect our things from high current.
Yes, electric fuse. I know that you have a little bit idea about the electric fuse. Who can complete? Yes. What do you mean by electric fuse?
It also acts as an switch when we
Is act as a switch? Electric fuse is act as a switch.
take out the fuse, the electric current will go.
All right. Then about Johan, what do you mean by electric fuse?
It is a device which is used to protect our house from other, like the high voltage and high current.
or excess amount of current is flows through the circuit. So actually electric fuse is a device. Electric fuse is a device that is mainly used to protect our electrical appliances when an excess amount of the current is flowing through the electric circuit. We know that a household connection is there in our homes. There is an electrical connection. So whenever the excess amount of current is flowing through the circuit as a result of overloading or short circuiting, a large amount or a huge amount of current is flowing through the circuit. So in such cases there will be a chance of damage of electrical appliances. So in order to protect the electrical appliances from overloading of the electric current, we are using a device. That device is known as electric fuse. And the major component of electric fuse or major part of the electric fuse is the fuse wire. The fuse wire is the major part. And how this fuse wire is made up of? Which material is used to make this fuse wire?
Lead.
Lead, very good. It is made up of lead, copper or aluminium. And what is the speciality of this fuse wire? Is it possess high melting point? What is the characteristic? It is possess low melting point. It possesses low melting point. So what happens when an excess amount of current is passing through the circuit? This fuse wire is melt. This fuse wire is melt because it possesses low melting point. Whenever a large amount of current is passing through the circuit, a large heat energy is produced. The fuse wire is melt and it is breaks. Thereby it incomplete the circuit or the circuit becomes open. So no current will be flows through the electrical appliances. Thereby it protect the electrical appliances from the damage. So these are the two practical applications of heating effect of electric current. One is electric bulb and the other one is electric fuse. So what is the difference between them? In the case of electric bulb, we are discussing about a filament which is made up of tungsten, and the major characteristic is it possesses a high melting point. So whenever a huge amount of current is passing through this filament made up of tungsten, it heat up, it becomes much hot and produce more light. But in the case of electric fuse, the major part is a fuse wire. It is made up of the materials like copper, lead and aluminium, which possess a low melting point. So when a huge amount of current is passing through such devices, this low melting point fuse wire becomes breaks, thereby protecting the electrical devices from damage. So this is the two important practical application of heating effect of electric current. Today we are going to discuss the last topic of this chapter, that is electric power. So all of you write the next heading, electrical power and energy. Electrical power and energy. Electrical power and energy, or electric power and energy. You don't need to write this electrical and all. Electric power and electric energy. We will going to discuss about this electric power and electric energy. Electric power and electric energy. So before entering into the topic electric power, we can discuss what do you mean by power. Have you heard about the term power? What do you mean by power? Do you have power? Did you possess any kind of power? What do you mean by power? Power. Guys, you possess any kind of power? I don't think so. All are sleeping here. Power. What do you mean by power?
Strength.
Yes. Why we are need strength or power?
To push or pull
Okay. All right. Why we need this strength or power in our daily life?
to move.
To move or for doing some kind of work, right? So the term power means, we are not discussing about the electric power. The term power means It is the rate of doing work. That is what is we are discussing in our smaller classes. The term power indicates. So power is defined as the rate of doing work. The rate of doing, how much power or how much strength that we are possess in our body, that much power or the strength that we are used to do some kind of work, right? So power is the rate of doing work. So here we are going to discuss about the electric power. So first of all we discuss about power. Power is the rate of doing work. So first you write the definition for power. Power is the rate of doing work. Rate of doing work is known as power. Or we can say it is the rate of consumption of energy. How much energy our body possesses, that much energy we are utilized for doing some kind of work. So the term power means it is the rate of doing work, or you can say it is the rate of consumption of energy. Okay, it is the rate of doing work, or it is the rate of consumption of energy. The energy stored in our body gets converted into work with respect to time. That is what is known as power. So if you are saying you are possessed with some kind of power, which means you are ready to do some kind of work, that is the stored energy in our body are going to convert it into some kind of work. So power is the rate of doing work, or it is the rate of consumption of energy. Then the mathematical representation for power. How we can calculate power? The mathematical equation for power is given by power is equal to rate of doing work. Rate of doing work means work divided by time. Power is equal to work divided by time. Power is equal to work by time. Then what is the unit of power then? What is the unit of work? SI unit of work. When we are discussing about heating effect of electric, very good. When we are discussing about the heating effect of electric current, we are already say that, or we are already told in our class, the heat energy or the heat that is dissipated will be equivalent to that of the work. So the unit of heat and work both are equal. The unit of work is joule. What about the SI unit of time? Unmute and say it's right.
Second.
Second. So the unit of power is joules per second. Joules per second. Yes, Vishnupriya.
And can you say why it is joules again? That point can you repeat?
Okay, so when we are discussing in our heating effect of electric current, we are deriving an expression for work done. And we get an expression like this: work done W is equal to VIT. When we are deriving the Joule's law of heating effect, the work done W is equal to VIT. And this work done is stored in the form of energy. It is stored in the form of heat energy. So we are already told that this work done is equivalent to that of heat energy H. That is why we are replacing this work done by the term H. So we can write H is equal to VIT. Already we told in when we are deriving the expression for heating effect of Joule's law of heating effect of electric current. So work done by the body is stored in the form of some kind of energy. So here it is stored in the form of heat energy. So work done is equivalent to that of heat energy dissipated outside, or it is consumed. And the unit of heat is joule. Similarly, the unit of work done is also joule. It is a concept that is put forward by a scientist known as Joule. So power is equal to work by time. The SI unit of work is Joule, time is second. So the unit of power is joules per second. So this is what is about the term power. Okay, is it clear? Now we are going to discuss about electric power. What do you mean by electric power? Electric power is defined as, it is the rate at which electric energy is dissipated or consumed in a electric circuit. It is the rate at which electric energy is dissipated. Dissipated means going outside, that we are using, or consumed, that we are taken for the functioning of different electrical appliances, are called electric power. It is the rate at which electric energy means electricity. We know that in our home we are using the electricity. So the rate at which the electric energy is dissipated or consumed in an electric circuit is called electric power. And electric power is also represented by the same letter P. It is represented by the same letter P. SI unit of electric power is watt. SI unit of electric power is watt. So electric power is the rate at which the electrical energy is dissipated or consumed in an electric circuit. It is the rate at which the electrical energy is dissipated or consumed in an electric circuit is known as electric power. It is also represented by the same letter P, and the SI unit of electric power is watt. And one formula for the electric power is given by electric power is equal to electric energy divided by time. This is the mathematical expression for calculating the electric power. One more equation is there. Normally we are using another equation for calculating the electric power. Electric power is equal to electric energy divided by time, because it is the rate of electrical energy consumed or dissipated. That is why the mathematical expression for calculating electric power is electric energy divided by time. Or we can say that the electric power P is equal to S. Okay. Electric power is the correct or exact definition for electric power. It is the rate at which the electric energy is dissipated or consumed in an electric circuit. It is the rate at which electric energy is dissipated or consumed in an electric circuit. That is what is known as electric power. It is represented by the letter P. The same letter P is used to represent electric power. And the SI unit of electric power is watt. And one mathematical formula for calculating our electric power is given by electric power is equal to electric energy divided by time. Electric energy by time is gives the electric power. Electric power is equal to electric energy divided by time. Is it over?
Yes, ma'am.
Now another equation for calculating the electric power. We can consider electric power P as the product of voltage and current. It is the product of voltage or potential difference into current. P is equal to VI. Electric power P is equal to VI. So this is one equation for electric power, P is equal to VI. Now, according to Ohm's law, we know that what is V? According to Ohm's law, what is Ohm's law? Can you recall Ohm's law? V is equal to IR. According to Ohm's law, we know that the potential difference or the voltage through a conductor is directly proportional to the current flowing through it when temperature remains constant. Or we know that V is equal to IR. We can substitute the value of this V is equal to IR into equation number 1. So substitute the value of, give this as A. Substitute the value of V into equation 1, it becomes P is equal to, instead of V we can write, what is V? IR. IR into, here I is there, P is equal to VI, instead of V we substitute the Ohm's law, IR into I. So P is equal to IR into I, that is P is equal to I into I. What is I into I?
I square.
I square. So P is equal to I square R. This is the second equation for calculating the electric power. P is equal to I square R. Second equation for calculating the electric power. So the basic equation is this, P is equal to VI. Here we are substitute the value of V from Ohm's law. We know that according to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So when we substitute the value of V, the equation becomes P is equal to IR into I, or we can write P is equal to I square R. Now, one more equation is there. We know that P is equal to VI.
Can you say the last question?
Okay. P is equal to I square R. Here, instead of this V, here we substitute the value of V from Ohm's law. According to Ohm's law, V is equal to IR. So the equation becomes P is equal to IR into I. Instead of V, here we substitute the value of V, that is IR. So the equation becomes P is equal to IR into I, where I into I is I square and the remaining term is resistance R. So P is equal to I square R. Okay. Now the basic equation is this, P is equal to VI. This is our first equation. P is equal to VI. Again, we can, from the Ohm's law, we can write I is equal to, what is the value of I?
V by R.
I equal to V by R. We can substitute the value of the I in this equation. It becomes P is equal to V into, instead of I we can write V by R. P is equal to V into V by R. Or P is equal to V into V. V square. So P is equal to V square by R. So this is the third equation for calculating the power. All these three equations are very important regarding with that of the numericals. So we have three equations are there. P is equal to VI, P is equal to I square R, and P is equal to V square by R. The basic equation is this, P is equal to VI. The other two equations are formed as a result of the substitution that we are made from the Ohm's law. First case we are substituting, instead of V it becomes IR, so the equation becomes P is equal to I square R. And in the second case we substitute for I, it is V by R, so the equation becomes P is equal to V square by R. So once again I will recollect all the equations of calculating for electric power. The first equation, P is equal to VI. What about our second equation? Second equation for calculating electric power. P is equal to VI. P is equal to
I square.
I square R. Good. Then third equation.
E square by R.
Very good. P is equal to V square by R. All these three equations are important. Sometimes in numericals, they are not providing the term voltage. Okay. If they are not providing the voltage, which equation can be used to calculate the electric power? Second equation. If they are not providing the voltage, we can calculate the power using our second equation, that is P is equal to I square R. But in some questions they are not providing the value of electric current. Then how we can calculate the equation? How we can calculate the electric power? If the value of electric current is not provided, how we can calculate electric power? Melvin. If the value of electric current is not provided in the question, how we can calculate the value of electric power? Which equation is used to calculate the value of electric power? Melvin, I can hear, unmute and say. Out of these three equations, which equation can be used to calculate the electric power if the value of the current is not given? Yes? Say loudly. P is equal to work by time. Here we have three equations. P is equal to VI, P is equal to I square R, and P is equal to V square by R. So where P is the electric power, V is the voltage or potential difference, I is the current. So my question is this: if the electric current is not provided in the given question, how we can calculate the value of electric power? Out of these three equations, which equation is used to calculate the electric power? I request all of you to please switch on your videos. Badra, which equation can be used to calculate the value of power?
Third equation.
Yes, very good. The third equation, because here we have the third equation, the electric current is not given. Even though we can calculate the value of power with the help of the value using the voltage and that of the resistance. P is equal to V square by R. So that's all about the electric power. Okay, so once again we can recall what do you mean by power, what is the SI unit of power, and what is mean by electric power and all. So we are starting with Nirupama. What do you mean by power? Can you define power? Rate of doing work is called power. Good. Then Hadi, what is the SI unit of power? All of you please switch on your videos.
Watt.
What is the SI unit of power?
Watt.
Watt. Okay, all right. Then Aditya S. Krishna, what is the mathematical expression for calculating power? Mathematical expression for calculating power. Okay, I think she lost her connection, right? The same question to John Samuel. What is the mathematical expression for calculating power? Unmute and say.
Yes, ma'am.
Mathematical expression for calculating power.
Work by time.
Work by time, all right. Then what do you mean by electric power? Aditya M. Define electric power.
Electric charge.
Rate of electric charge or electric energy?
Energy.
Yes, try to say it's right. what we are doing in electric power? Electric power is the consumption. It is the rate of consumption of electric energy. So the rate of electrical energy is dissipated or consumed. The rate of electrical energy is dissipated, that is going outside in the form of any other form of energy. It can be either light energy or magnetic energy or chemical energy. So the energy, that is the rate at which the energy is dissipated or consumed, are called electric power. Okay, that is what is known as electric power. And here we discuss mainly three equations for calculating the electric power. Vishnupriya, what about our first equation for calculating electric power?
P is equal to VI.
P is equal to VI. Can you differentiate each terms present in that equation?
P is for power, V is for voltage, I is for current.
I is for current. Alright, then Aman Shakir, the second equation for calculating the electric power. Say loudly. V is equal to? Okay. The same question is to, okay, V is equal to I square R. V is equal to I square R. This is our second equation for calculating the electric power whenever the voltage is not provided. Where P is equal to I square R. Where P is the electric power, I is the current and R is the resistance. Then the next question is to Savio. Okay, thank you Aman. Savio, the third equation for calculating electric power. Savio. Same question is to Rose. The third equation for calculating electric power. Unmute and say. Your audio is not working, dear. Adil, third equation for calculating electric power.
V is to V square. Yeah.
P is equal to V square by R. P is equal to V square by R, where P is the electric power, P is the potential or the voltage, and R is the resistance. So all these three equations are very important for calculating the power. The first one is P is equal to VI, where V is the voltage and I is the current. Second one, P is equal to I square R, and the third one, P is equal to V square by R. And here we told that the SI unit of electric power. Adidev, what is the SI unit of electric power?
Joules per second.
Electric power. SI unit of electric power. SI unit.
Watt.
Watt. Very good. So the watt is the SI unit of electric current, and this watt is mainly used to measure small value of current. The SI unit of electric power is watt. It is used to measure the value of small current. Okay. So in order to measure the large value of current, we are using another unit, or we are expressed it in terms of kilowatt. Instead of symbol watt, we are expressed it in terms of kilowatt. So what is the SI unit of electric power? It is used to measure the electric power or it is used to measure the small currents. Okay. For large current, we are expressed it in terms of kilowatt. It is expressed by the letters kW, kilowatt. It is for large current. Okay. Kilowatt is given by kW. It is used to measure the large value of current. And 1 kilowatt is equal to the relation between kilowatt and that of the watt. 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watts. 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watts. You must study this conversion. This will be helpful for your numericals. 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watts. Okay, so that's all about the electric power. Electric power is the rate of electrical energy consumed or dissipated. SI unit of electric power is, we can make a rapid fire session. SI unit of electric power is watt. Very good. SI unit of electric power is watt. But the watt is used to measure small amount of current. That is why in order to measure the large value of current, we are expressed it in another unit, in another terms. What is the another unit that we are used to represent the electric power? For measuring the large value of current, we are using kilowatt. Very good. The watt is the SI unit, but it is used to measure the small current. To measure the large value of current, we are used the unit called kilowatt. It is represented by kW, and the relation between kilowatt and that of the watt is given by 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watts. 1 kilowatt is equal to 1000 watts. Okay, so that's all for today. We can do the numericals based on this on our next class. Now it's the time. Is there any doubt regarding with the same topic? Any doubt?